Hello. Use of service-oriented information technology to solve problems of sustainable environmental management. Oleh, Kopiika, and Pavlo Skladannyi. Introduction. The paper proposes approaches to the building of an IT management model that helps enterprises meet business challenge in the area of sustainable environmental management, taking into account the needs of all enterprise units involved in decision making on environmental issues, and maybe applied using modern service oriented information technology. To increase the efficiency of IT implementation, it's proposed to use a methodology that assists enterprises in achieving the appropriate level of efficiency from the implementation of IT by maintaining a balance between the realization of benefit and optimization of risk and resource use. The methodology enables IT to be governed and managed, taking in the full end-to-end business and IT functional areas of responsibility, and considering the IT-related needs of internal and external stakeholders. One may ask how the development of information technology will facilitate the informatization in the field of environmental protection and natural resources use. The issue has been widely investigated. Importantly, the evaluation of IT service took place more or less in parallel with the fundamental social changes, and IT is now more capable than ever of ensuring the sustainable use of natural resources. In terms of IT development, there are broadly three stages in the evaluation of IT service management goal and IT outputs. IT infrastructure management, IT service management, and information business service management. These stages are described in more detail in Table 1 later. To some extent, each of them may be associated with the change in the perception of the IT role in an enterprise, the transition from the technology unit to a full flagged partnership. In Fig 1, you can see that. Therefore, the main objective of this paper is to outline the approaches to building a business model of sustainable environmental management with due consideration for the needs of decision making in the modern service oriented information technology settings. Thus, modern characteristic of IT implementation are namely control over information management service, increased value of IT department serving as a provider of information management services, the purpose of IT management, the most accurate compliance with the needs of society. Accordingly, to improve the efficiency of IT implementation, we propose to use the methodology that assists in achieving objects for governance and management of enterprise IT. This methodology helps enterprises achieving optimal efficiency from the implementation of IT by maintaining balance between realizing benefits and optimizing risk level and resource use. The methodology enables IT to be governed and managed, taking in IT functional areas of responsibility and problems to be solved, and considering the IT related needs of internal and external stakeholders. This methodology is universal and useful for executives who make decisions related to sustainable environmental management. The methodology is based on five key principles for governance and management of enterprise IT as it's shown in Fig 2. Here, principle 1, meeting stakeholder needs. The main task of sustainable environmental management is to create value for stakeholders by maintaining a balance between the realization of benefits and optimization of risk and use of resources. The methodology providers all of the required process and other enablers aim to support business value creation through the use of IT. Since the objectives of sustainable environmental management may vary, the methodology can be customized to suit the enterprise's context. This may be done by translating high-level tasks into manageable and specific IT-related goals and related process and practices, which all of these shown in Fig 3. Principle 2. Uh, Complex approach to sustainable environmental management. The methodology integrate governance of enterprise IT into enterprise governance in the area of sustainable environmental management. In particular, it covers all function and process related to the sustainable use of natural resources. It treats IT-related governance and management enablers as those used enterprise-wide during the decision-making in the area of sustainable environmental management and creation of value, including of everything and everyone, internal and external, that is relevant to governance and management of our enterprise IT. Principle 3, applying single integrated framework. There are many IT related standards, each providing guidance on a subset of IT activities. The methodology aligns with these standards at the high level. Thus, it provides an integrated approach to the organization of governance and management of enterprise IT. Principle of 4, enabling a holistic approach. Efficient and effective governance and management of enterprise IT require a structured approach taking into account numerous interacting components of the goal. The methodology defines a set of enablers to support the implementation of governance and management system for enterprise IT. Enablers are broadly defined as anything that can help to achieve the objectives of sustainable natural management. The methodology includes 7 categories of enablers, which you can see in Fig 4. Principles, policies, and frameworks. First one. Processes, uh, organizational structure, culture, ethics and behavior, information, service infrastructure and applications, people, skills, and competencies. Principle 5, Separating governance from management. The methodology make a clear distinction between governance and management. These two processes encompass different activities, require different organizational structure, and serve different purposes. According to the methodology, the difference between governance and management is as you can see here. In most cases, governance is the responsibility of the ministry's representatives. Some governance responsibility may be delegated to special operating units at an appropriate level. To a large extent, management responsibilities are performed by directors of specialized enterprises under the leadership of CEOs. Together, these principles help to build an effective governance and management methodology that optimize investment in information technology for the benefit of stakeholders. The importance of this goal is that it enables setting priority for the implementation and improvement and ensures IT governance based on understanding the strategic goal of sustainable environment management as well as associated risk. In practice, these are the goals. Defines important and reasonable objective and task at different level of responsibility, enable extracting from the knowledge base all data relating to the defined objective that may be required for implementation, improvement, or quality assessment project. Clearly identifies and demonstrate in some case in great detail how the enablers help in achieving the sustainable environmental management goal. The table of correspondence between the enterprise goal and IT related goals in this table 2 is given for illustrative purpose only and should be used with reservations. In this case, the decision making is based on multiple criteria. Therefore, particular attention should be given to identifying reason for such multi-criteria pattern and finding the way to use of appropriate mathematical method for the purpose of goal cascade. The specific implementation of decision making principle takes form of algorithm or procedure for solving multi-criteria optimization MCO problems. Also, all known approaches to solving this problem, including their scalarization. At the same time, one of the main issue is to take into account the decision making benefits in choosing the best solution. According to this principle, the methods for solving multi-criteria optimization problem can be classified based on the characteristic of information about the decision making benefits. Decision making under certainty. Decision making when information about the system of decision making benefits is unavailable. Decision making with gradual acquisition of information about the system of decision making benefits. The classification of multi-criteria decision making method is shown in Fig 5, as you can see here. Conclusion. This paper has proposed approaches to the development of an IT management model for solving the problems of sustainable environmental management, taking into account the needs of all units involved in decision making on environmental issue and using modern service oriented information technology. The proposed methodology can be used in practice to assist in achieving the appropriate level of efficiency from the implementation of IT by maintaining balance between realization of benefits and optimization of risk and resources use. Implementation of the methodology enable IT to be governed and managed both in the field of IT functional areas of responsibility and in making management decision, and also allows to take into account the IT related needs of internal and external stakeholders. It has been proposed to implement decision making principle specifically in the form of algorithms or procedures for solving multi-criteria optimization problem. The method for solving multi-criteria optimization problem as mathematical tools for establishing the value of a large number of qualitative and quantitative parameter, for example, particular goals that compete with each other, have been proposed. Thank you for your attention.